Geht los?
Yeah,
Sorry.
They're already watching.
Oh, jeez.
So, I have this is Martin Miller, but
Hey,
this is all about me.
this is Henning.
Hello. Hey, you guys know when I have amazing guitar players here, that I like to do some different things. I had Nick Johnson here and people were like, why are you trading licks with Nick Johnson? He's so much better. Of course he's so much better. But I love to see how amazing guitar players that I really respect, and for some reason I really do respect that guy. I love to see how they do things that they don't always do. Because obviously the stuff that you always do, you play phenomenally. Just like Nick Johnson plays the stuff he always does phenomenally. But I like to see how great players work with something that you just throw at them. With Nick, we traded licks. Now, you want to do something else. Something I did with Billy Bob Baker. Hey, Billy Bob. That after half a year, he still hasn't put on his channel. So we're going to do this. He can still put it on your channel, Billy Bob. It was one video about how to tap your foot.
Okay.
Because he was all like, you know, a little bit random. And for me, the foot movement, which of course we can't see now, needs to be even. Which means when your foot is at the highest point, that's actually where the eighth note would be. So your foot divides the quarter notes. Robert never thought about this stuff. So we did a whole video about how to tap your foot. Really? It's
Sounds good.
important information. And then an exercise that I worked on for my students when I was still teaching and had time for that. Martina has fun. Hey, Martina! Martina! Up there, switching. She's a switch bitch. Can I say switch bitch to a lady I barely know?
Of course.
Of course. That's a term of endearment. If... What is she saying? What?
She wanted to see if you're paying attention.
Yes, we are. It's Martin's very beautiful girlfriend up there, who's also an amazing musician, and goes to Berkeley right now, and that's why I really have to hate her, because I want to be there. Do you think if I put on a wig, I could go in instead of her? Do you think they would notice?
Yeah, no. Lose the glasses, put on a wig, you're done.
Awesome. You can stay here. Perfect. Okay, moving on. Petrucci, you know the guy. Beard?
Heard of him.
Okay, muscles. So, he does stuff where I sometimes go like, what the fuck, not so cool, and sometimes like, wow! So, you know, throughout the years, it's been a roller coaster. I say. That thing. So, but on that first album with that other drummer, I didn't think the songs were mind-blowing, but what I found mind-blowing was that his playing wasn't all about shreddy, let me show you, but... let me put it this way. The thing that really stood out for me was his rhythmic precision when he switched between triplets, sextuplets, quarter notes. In a solo, it wasn't wishy-washy, this note might have been this rhythm or this rhythm. It was like
MIDI
programmed. It was like MIDI programmed perfection in terms of the rhythmic playing. So I thought about how can I practice that, or how can I teach that to my students? And so I developed, because I'm a developer. Je développe avec le voiture, la coco. So I developed this exercise that I called Play That Telephone Number. Okay, so the...
I kind of fear to know where this is going, but go on.
Okay, so A minor pentatonic, you know it. Okay? I'm going to demonstrate carefully. If you don't know this, don't try this exercise at home. So it's 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4. Get it? So the exercise is this. You play that up and down and up and down and up and down. So blah, 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 and so on. Martina's having fun. And in different rhythms.
Okay.
Whole notes, boring, but you do it because you need to know how to play a whole note. And half and quarter, eighth, triplets, 16th.
Okay.
So, eighth, triplets, 16th. So that's 6 values for now. We'll stick with those. Okay? And you play each value for one measure. what this exercise shows you is how long is a measure. Because a lot of people don't have a feeling for that.
Yeah.
So it teaches you how long is a measure. The great thing is that it's an exercise that you can't practice, meaning a lot of licks, after you play them 3, 4, 5 times, you realize, oh, I know how that sounds. But here, because you play it up and down, and the values change, it changes all the time. So you
switch in different spots of the scale. Yeah,
and while you're playing quarter notes, your brain already has to hear the eighth notes. Okay? So we're gonna start. I know you're gonna nail this.
Can you demonstrate it first?
Yes. So I'm gonna do exactly that.
Okay.
Whole, half, quarter, eighth, 16th, and back.
And each one is a bar.
One
so
bar.
You only play one whole note and then you go to the next.
Yes, exactly. One bar.
2 half notes.
And you continue going up and down. I'll put on the click.
2, 3. And then we start over. German.
Hypothetically, you would go,
Start the exit over. Yeah.
So to practice, if you don't know how to switch from eighth notes to triplets, you only do that. You do. You focus on the ones that you don't have a feeling for. I have a feeling that you have a very good feeling for this. You want to do it?
It's gonna be too fast for the first attempt, but
okay. Well, do exactly what I did. Just good a row.
Help me a little. Okay, guide me a little bit. I can play along maybe with you.
No, you can do it. Come on.
Okay.
Perfect. I knew you'd get this.
Yeah, but it's a lot of...
The interesting thing is that you started to get nervous on the quarter notes in the end.
Yeah, because it was like, I almost made it and not fuck this one up.
That's the thing. If you fuck up the quarter notes, it's like, dude, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But that's it. You have to play the slow ones because you know what? Sometimes you don't play a lot of notes. And you still have to know exactly when they're there and you have to feel the space. Now, what would usually happen, of course, with a player on your level that doesn't happen, is when you go from eighth to triplets, you will play the first group of triplets, if you can even nail them, too fast. Because what we think is, triplets are faster, so I gotta be faster.
Yeah, they kind of break down the pulse a little bit. They slow it. Just for perception, they don't actually do it, but perception-wise, they slow it down.
But what has to happen is when you play those eighth notes, you have to... they have to be internalized so that while you're playing them, you already hear do, 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 do. And then while you're playing the triplets, you have to already hear the 16th notes.
Yeah, it's very hard though, because the 3 division and the 2 division or 4 division are not on the same grid. So it's very tough.
But you will usually play the next rhythm too fast.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing exercise to feel how long is a measure, because you can count it, but you kind of have to feel it. And a lot of people don't feel necessarily how long a measure is. Now, you nailed these, okay? Want to add 16th triplets, because that's the fastest we would do, at 85 beats per minute. I don't know if I can do it. I know you can. So let's do 8th triplets, 16th triplets, and then back.
Okay. Let's hear the
metronome. You want to start it?
It'll be this?
Yeah, but not sequences.
Well, that'll be tough.
Wait, what? I'll be an idiot and I'll try it first and fail, okay?
Okay.
Still, you'd have to do that a couple of times to really nail it, and that's what Petrucci did. Petrucci, in those solos, every time he switched rhythms, it was ridiculous how ultra precise they were. So now we're still missing a couple, because what we need is 10 different rhythms, because we want to play the phone number. So that means
Quintuplets? No.
nah, that's no. I'm gonna say no because I can't do that. Dotted quarter, which would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and well, now we're at the end of the measure, so it means we're playing dotted quarter, quarter. Because we have to start, so we're resetting on the next measure. Okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Next one would be dotted eighth. One measure of dotted eighth. You know what the challenge there is?
Well,
The last one is only 1/16.
ta-dam. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
No, that was not an entire bar. Bong, gong, gong. Yeah.
how
Yeah.
what would you do technically to nail the position of those dotted 16th?
I would alternate pick rhythmically, meaning my downbeats are a downstroke, my upbeats are an upstroke.
So you keep show me. I love this guy.
Let's go dotted quarters then. So the thing is, if you strum, it's like you actually play the notes, you make a movement for the notes that you're not actually picking.
That's what I preach. Absolutely,
Yeah.
that's what my students have to.
So you could go.
But when you just did it, you didn't do the empty ones. You did down up where it's supposed. Do it again because I was in the way. But you only do the actual stroke.
Yeah,
So
I
you
don't do.
you-
Sounds a bit stiff.
But you
Whereas
don't.
this sounds a bit more sexy.
You don't even do like little
No, but that's
alibi
going,
moves.
That's going into my.
You're doing it.
It's going in my head.
So could you do that with dotted 16th, dotted 8th? Because for me, I need those empty ones. I need to do 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So
let me see it.
So I need those to know where they are. Otherwise, for me, it's in music to get to the point where your brain can be turned off, which you have to do in order to play with passion. Things need to happen mechanically. Up to that point, it's all brain. But if I have to actually move my hand and make that a conscious brain decision,
It's to automate.
It's
you need
all-
to automate it. The thing is with the dotted quarters, they're so easy to feel.
Okay.
I just feel that and I can put whatever stroke on. Whereas if we do it with dotted eights, or how would you do it?
Those were shuffled eighth.
Yeah. No shuffle. Play me again the.
So you do.
Yeah, especially that one. That one that turns around needs to, the last note before the downbeat needs to be an upstroke.
Absolutely.
So you can land
Yes.
on down and give it a bit.
The thing
bit
is,
of a punch.
you like on the first one, you're on the downbeat. Yeah. 1 E and E.
Yeah.
2 E and E, 3 E and E, 4 E and E.
With this one, it's actually kind of cool because it's always alternating. Mm-hmm. Except for when you turn it around, then it.
So let me look at my. I'm gonna put that somewhere here. I'm gonna put that in between us. Of course, if Martina switches to a different camera, it's weird, but I'll do it anyway. So let me see what rhythms we have here.
Oh yeah.
So we have whole, half. Oh, then we have dotted half, which of course means 3 notes, and then there's only 1 left. Then we have quarter. Then we have dotted quarter. Then we have eighth, triplets, 16th, dotted 16th, and 16th triplets. So you know why they have been assigned numbers, right?
2 is interesting. So we have a 3/4 and a quarter.
Because it's dotted.
Dotted half.
Dotted half, but you only have 1 measure.
Yeah.
So the second note, you're
already done with
you
the measure.
interrupted there. So if you pick, if you have a chance of picking what you play, you're in control. But to really make this a challenge, we're taking control away from us. Meaning that, and this is by the way how I get phone numbers. Hey Martina, what's your phone number? See what I'm doing there?
No.
I just need a random phone. Nah, you're not gonna get that, huh?
617.
Wait. Someone write that down. Wait a second. I'm gonna go to
Tell a joke.
Tell a joke, yeah.
Tell a joke. What kind of joke could I be telling? I don't want to offend anybody. Somebody help me out here. I'm caught. They're keeping me at this house. They're not letting me out. If somebody sees this, call 911. Buy the MM1 Ibanez. This is so unfair. He's putting me on the spot the entire time.
So let me take a look here. I think your girlfriend has noodles. I think your girlfriend has literally the worst phone number for this
this game?
exercise. Look at it.
Oh, 3 6s.
That's not so bad.
It's a lot of but you have to count the amount of
And
triplets.
then 7. That's a lot of. That's okay. 8. Yeah, we're fucked. Say 3. We'll try this, but then we also try Daniel's phone number. But you want to try it?
You go ahead.
Seriously?
Yeah. You're the master of this.
No, but
For me, all of this is completely new, so...
okay. So here's the challenge: I have to look at the piece of paper, allocate the number, look over there, see what the number is, switch the rhythm in my head, or while I'm playing it, because I don't want to learn this by heart. The whole idea is not learning it by heart. So
But the teacher in me has to make a statement later about how to learn this. I have to make a point, because you shouldn't be practicing or learning this in time. You should subdivide it, but not practice it in time. You perform it in time, but you don't learn it in time.
you mean you learn it individually?
You subdivide it, like you slow down the rhythm when you need to.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
you
yeah,
still subdivide it in your head. You don't play to a set pulse. You adapt the pulse to your ability. And then, that way you internalize what is actually going on, and then you can perform it in a full tempo when you figure it out.
Yeah, but you wouldn't even do it to a slower tempo?
No,
Because I would slow down the tempo quite a bit.
well, like way down.
Yeah.
But
we're at 85 now. I would do this at 65.
But the thing is, some of this stuff, like playing quarter note triplets at a super slow tempo, is the hardest thing in the world.
That's why we don't have quarter note triplets.
Okay.
Okay, so let me try it.
You want to do this on one note first, or you want to go all pentatonic?
No. That's the challenge.
Okay.
Okay.
I could play number 8. Dun 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 dun.
Dotted eighth.
Yeah, but the turnaround is what gets me. Dun dun dun.
And here's the
dun,
thing:
dun, dun.
if you don't know that you can play that, then that's something you need to practice.
Yeah.
That's how I found out that certain rhythms for me
Yeah.
don't come easy. So I'll try this again.
That's how you detect weak spots. Nailed it.
So hypothetically, that's it.
Yeah,
You
the
wanna
thing is,
try?
I have to look here and there at the same time. It's kind of.
Oh yeah, I know. This is fucking hard.
But you remembered this sheet already.
No, I really didn't.
Okay, cool.
Which is why I messed up on the 3 because
There's no way I can play this, but give it a try. No. These?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, we need one more number. We're gonna go to. We have a new number.
Okay.
I'm not looking at it. You're not looking at it. And you're starting.
Okay. Give it a go.
I put this on the table. This is literally an incredibly difficult.
Let's make this clear. I'm trying to read the phone number and the sheet that gives me the segments to play at the same time.
And play it.
Yeah.
Playing
it too.
Playing it alone. But if you can do this kind of thing, technically reading any kind of rhythm on a page
It's much easier.
is a piece of cake. Ready?
Okay.
Wait. I give you like.
Is there a lot of 8s in there?
I have no idea. I'll give you like 10-15 seconds to look at it before you play, okay?
Okay, go. Oh, es sind schöne 9 hier. Der geht schon mal gar nicht mehr. Gleich mit dem, it starts with the 9s.
And your immediate instinct was just play really fast.
You do again. 2, 3.
Wait, got it.
Somewhat like that.
I think on the 16th triplets, it throws you off because you're phrasing your emphasis is not clearly on. If you overemphasize that, it's easier to play.
Yes,
right there,
I wasn't
right
sure.
there,
It's
right
also
there.
because I was starting on the second note of on the first note of the string. It's easier for me to play than.
And that's why it's a great exercise, because you're fighting those habits. Because we always.
But you're not going to learn them if you practice them in time. You have to slow it down and see. Wait, which stroke is what note getting?
Obviously, you have to know each of these individually, each of them by themselves. I'll try it, but okay. So what is that?
Yeah.
Whoa!
It's a bitch. For going from 0 to 9 is tough.
And you're right. And you're right. Starting here. Let me start with the A.
Starting from this note. Starting from A is no problem. Yeah.
But starting with the C. But what does it tell you about us sad guitar players? That the musical choices are less important than what our fingers want to do.
Yeah, but no, it's also because you're fighting an instrument. The intricacies of an instrument. It's tough.
But I mean, technically, I should be able to play this from every note.
The problem that the thing is, where do you trip?
Right. I can't even get into the rhythm.
You trip on the top string, so you gotta isolate that. You gotta remember that this is a downstroke. Maybe play till here.
I can't even.
What? I would do anything besides that for now. Yes. And then.
And I think this exercise reveals a lot of things like this, where you're like, "Whoa!"
I would say it's good for revealing, but it's not good for practicing. For practicing out, you have to isolate those things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And practice them out of time, actually. So without a set pulse, you subdivide the rhythm, but you practice it out of time.
If you're strong enough in having that internal pulse.
Well, yeah. You gotta count.
Yeah.
Count.
But obviously, if you're unsure, don't try that. If you're unsure about the difference between eighth notes and triplets,
that's completely pointless.
And so
this is a performance thing, right? So for me, this would be only a test to see where my weaknesses are, and then target them specifically.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you never can nail that transition from eighth to triplets, you got to work on that.
But you're also adding a lot of chaos factors, because you add the randomness and you also add the pentatonic. So if you want to just practice the difference between eighth notes and triplets, you go. Every factor that doesn't belong
obviously this adds a lot more aspects that are realistic in actual playing. So in addition to the practicing the rhythm, you practice how long is the measure, and you practice technique and alternate picking. Obviously, a lot of stuff comes together. Well, first of all, thank you for.
I want to challenge you.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah. No, I thought you wanted to take the easy way out here.
No, I was gonna say thank you for playing my game, and now it's now I don't want to do it anymore. I want to this stupid. Show me, because Martin said he's got a rhythmic challenge for me as well.
Okay, this is the Jonathan Kreisberg exercise. Jonathan Kreisberg, the great jazz...
the what?
The great Jonathan Kreisberg, New York jazz guitar player. He came up with this exercise. So you take a simple bossa rhythm. Do you know the C minor 9 chord?
Because you showed it to me. Actually, you added you added the 11.
Screw the 11. We can use that one. You know, and like a typical bossa rhythm would be with the half note in the bass. That type of rhythm. Okay. What we do now is we keep the halves in the bottom, and we add a group of 5 on top. And the group of 5 goes da down, da down, da down, da down, da down, da down.
What do you mean group of 5?
Well, this is subdivided in 5. Da 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 da. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. Da 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 da. It's a polyrhythm.
But what's the rhythm?
Da da.
No. I mean, what rhythmical? So we've got 5 1 2 3 1.
It's an eighth note and a dotted eighth note. And
okay. So we in eighth notes we're not doing quintuplets.
No.
So we're doing a polyrhythm.
Yes.
Which you know,
on a 16th grid.
All you should have said is polyrhythm, which you did, but we pretend you didn't. So if you just said polyrhythm, of course I know in Polynesia they do a lot of those. So God, I'm so not funny. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3.
And underneath. I'm gonna demonstrate it.
Well, first of all, it sounds really easy. Secondly, why would you possibly think that I could do that?
But now, here comes the actual catch. You mentioned
Wait,
earlier,
that is the actual catch. It's already there.
That's not the catch. The catch is that you mentioned earlier how you lose track of where 1 is, right? Especially when you have a polyrhythm. Sometimes you can feeling the quarter notes is quite easy, but it's really hard to feel where the 1 is.
Yes.
But after a while, the 4 becomes 1, and the next bar, the 3 becomes the 1. So you think. So what you do is, with every measure that you play, you move up 1/2 step, and after you moved up 5 chords, you come out on 1. So it goes. Sorry.
So those are half notes, the roots. Let me.
Actually, when we count like this, it's quarter notes. Boom, boom, it's quarters. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, just stay on 1 chord for now. Just keep it easy.
Wait, I gotta.
Yeah, do only the top.
But then, where does it reset?
After 5. It takes a while. No? I'll play for you.
It turns around. Wait.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I can't intellectualize it. I can't actually think about. I gotta feel it. I don't have control over each. You know what I mean?
You basically have to ignore the 4/4 and just play da 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 da.
It's gonna haunt me.
That's a fun one.
Whoa! I don't even know if I'm right.
Yeah,
because
it's right. Then you just stop. You just. Da, 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 da.
It's on the downbeat. I almost got it.
Yeah. Getting there. That was 5. Then you do the same thing with 7.
Yeah, it would take me another hour. I mean, you do the same thing with 7.
Yeah. So you take a group of 7. Dap dap da 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 dap dap da. Practice that beat.
The problem is that,
and then moving up is really tough. Ah, there, fucked it up. You see, that's really hard. I have to practice that as well.
and that is why jazz is stupid. This is really fun. It's something I do. Well, I did a lot of on my albums. You have a 4/4 measure, let's say. But then I did like tapping things, like I don't. Group of 5,
yeah.
And then you take another voicing, but you do a group. Like, what did I have? That's a
layer 7
something
over.
F. Yeah. So I got an F here, so I can do.
Yeah, 7.
And so you do a group 5, a 7, a 9, and keep that going for a long time as an ostinato. And what happens is they'll turn against each other, and it's never really the same. And that's like minimalism, Steve Reichish
serial stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But underneath you have. You have a totally normal chord progression, and that stuff makes it super interesting because it's something that you can't write. What happens is it comes out of the
concept.
and you sit there and you do. And you do that for 10 minutes, and you just play it and play it and play it. You can't even overdub. If you mess up anyway, you can't overdub it.
The only thing you can do is play 5 notes and then loop it.
Yeah, but that's cheating, and we don't do that. But the great thing is, when you do that, you can't actually think about what you're doing. You just have to do it and sink into the music. And when I played these parts, I opened my eyes. I'm like, whoa, I'm in the studio. It's like, it really takes you away. And that. I think I did it. I think I did it. I did it. Say I did it.
You did it.
See, I did it. I did it.
And so on.
That is awesome. 2 rhythmical exercises, completely, absolutely unrelated, with 2 people in black shirts.
You want another one? Very similar.
Well, they're already here for an hour, so sure.
All right, let me see if I can remember it. You shift them around between the thumb and the finger, so you go.
What the?
Make it a bit slower.
And with that, I'm out of here. You show them that again, but screw you, I'm going home.
I'm going home too. I'll leave you with this. Oh. Well, James Bond chord.